This is Drew from Arrowbrick Gaming, and I definitely do not listen to Discard to Reroll.
Touch roll trash, Daddy.
I won't roll trash.
That thing looks dangerous, man. Poorly made. The little kid made it.
Then you don't have to look at it anymore.
I'm 90% sure Matt is Kylo Ren.
Hey everybody, this is Agent of Zion from Artificery. I really don't listen to any Destiny podcasts, but top of the list of the ones that I don't listen to, Discard to Reroll.
Hey, this is Bobby Sapphire from the Hyperloops, and I legit never listen to Mr. Chip on Discard to Reroll.
Discard to Reroll.
It's Discard to Reroll. We're a podcast about a little dice and card game we like to call Star Wars Destiny. I'm your host, Mr. Chip, and thank you for listening. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, back from about 17 other podcasts, because somebody comes into the show, busts into your life, becomes a part of everything, and then next thing you know, you hear him on 17 other podcasts. It's the one and only. It's the Thunder from Down Under. It's Ray, Julia Ray. How's it going? I saw you trying to become part of another podcast. They already got another guy. His name's what's the guy's name? Dan? Another Drew? Dave? What's his name? Dave. A lot of D names over there. Ray.
You're just crushing me. Like, you didn't even let me start and say, like, hello,
right,
hey, how you doing,
Let's
Chip?
start again.
You just...
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, it's Ray Julia. Ray, how's it going?
I want to hear the soundbite again. It's going good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Ray, thank you for spending time with us today. And Ray, after talking to you over the past week, which, by the way, I do appreciate when you take my calls, because you're my phone a friend now when we talk decks and strategy and just all about life. And you seemed a little down this week, Ray, with your playing and your overall quality of play on tabletop and Star Wars Destiny. I want to be here for you. I feel like you need to talk this out.
Through a rough patch.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
So you make fun of me, but I went to this like Dragon Ball Super tournament in Atlantic City. I had a great time. I scrubbed out. It was bad. But it was like, to my defense, they dropped a set like the day before and I just didn't have the cards, and like all the high profile players were like just rocking me with cards I had to read. But I was like, at least I still have Destiny. Like it might take me a little bit to catch up to the learning curve of this game, Dragon Ball Super, but at least I have Destiny. And then playing some games on TTS, and I was like playing. I actually went to like my locals. My buddy was like, "Hey, you want to play Destiny?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I've been getting like smacked around left and right. And I don't know if like my brain's in two different games, but I'll tell you, it's I'm a little shaken as far as confidence goes right now.
Rainy days and Mondays bring you down, Ray. Don't fret. You're a great player, and I didn't mock you for your Dragon Ball Super. I thought that was nice. You were all proud of that tournament in Atlantic City.
These damn sound bites.
Ray, you just sounded I was all excited to talk to you about Destiny. I went 3-1 at my local with Palpatine, and then you were all sad. Like, I don't even know. I shouldn't even play anymore.
I just want to tell the listeners, like, I never know what he's going to pull out as far as these sound bites go. So when you guys are hearing them, it's the first time I'm hearing them, and they just get more and more ridiculous.
It's just rainy days and Mondays get you down, Ray. I just felt like you needed a big pick-me-up. And that's what the Discard to Reroll community is all about. It's about picking up each other. It's questions at discardtoreroll.com. We actually got some email that came in because the Thunder is part of the show. They love you, Ray. That's been the overwhelming feedback. And they need you to be at your best. You got a regional coming up in 2 weeks, Ray. Let's go.
I'm going to be heading out to the New Jersey regional in Boonton, New Jersey, at Highlander Games, and it's like the playground for Arrowbrick Gaming and just a bunch of really good players. So it's going to be a stacked lineup that day. I'm actually a little nervous about it.
You're going in there, it's like you're kicking somebody's cat. Like, you're going in their basement and taking their dad's vodka, and you're just, kissing their sister and running out. You're like, you got to be the villain. You got to be the bad guy. Get in there, do your thing, get out with the trophy, and then come back on the show. It's going to be huge.
No pressure. I need all the gear that you've promised me.
It's coming. This is now the time. You've seen it. You've seen the mat. We're ready to go. I feel like you're going to be equipped. You're going to look the part. And now it's all about just making it happen, right? Getting that confidence up. What was in Atlantic? Where was it in Atlantic City, by the way? Because you said there was a lot of people at that Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, it was upwards of 200, and it was at the Atlantic City Convention Center. That's legit. It was a legit venue for sure.
Man, you said there's like lighting and DJs and good prize support and all that stuff.
It was crazy. Like, I mean, maybe it's too much to ask like regionals to be like this, but it was like a big event, and there was like a stage, and there was, like I said, like a DJ like calling out, what round we were in and different updates and things like that. And then there was a tent, like you walked into the tent, and there was that's where they live stream from.
That's pretty
cool. Like if you made it to the live streaming tables, you walked into the tent. I walked past the tent. Never really. Yeah.
It's your first one. It's your first one. And, reading all the stuff, we don't need to get into it now, Ray, because a lot of people have already talked about it. But FFGOP, it sounds like they've got their act together and put out some pretty exciting stuff. And maybe good things are coming. Maybe they're going to do that kind of stuff. But in fairness, it's not is it Bandai that makes that game?
Yeah, Bandai makes Dragon Ball Super.
Okay, but Bandai is not putting the DJ out. It's another, you said it's like a Cascade Games, but for whatever this company was, Pro Player or something like that?
So like a lot of guys that played, guys or gals that played Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the card game that's probably still ranked above Destiny, but nobody really plays it. It's called Vanguard. They do those three games.
Yeah.
And it's called Pro Play Games. So they kind of just host different events, and they do a really good job.
Yeah, so I feel like that the opportunity is there, and Cascade Games puts on some good stuff. So maybe, I don't know, you could be the official DJ for them.
So, their main man his name's Dusty O'Brien.
For the Bandai one, or for the Pro Player. Okay,
that's right. He's like the
the Thunder.
Yeah,
that's what you need right there. Play that music. Ray, here's what's going to happen to people, by the way. If you're just joining us, it's a podcast about Dragon Ball Super tournaments. Also about Star Wars Destiny. And one of the things, maybe I'm going to be the downfall of you, Ray, because I've been trying to get you to think long-term, right? We're trying to think long-term because this whole meta is going to go up in smoke, and all of these cards that you loved so much when you started playing this game, they're going to be gone. So if you're a new player and you're just getting involved with the game, what a great time to be a Destiny player, because you're going to have really the same experience with this new meta in Trilogy, which becomes the new standard. All these cards are gone. So we thought, Ray, what if we started to take a look at the cards that you know and love that are going to be rotated out when Convergence comes out, which at this point, with all the posts that have started to happen, looks like the end of February, Ray? Maybe?
Nice if it was the end of February.
Yeah.
Be down.
Okay, good. Every third word cuts out, Ray, but it makes for a good podcast. I'm not sure where. I called Ray today, and you connected, and then all of a sudden, just randomly, I called you again for some reason, and it was on your phone. And then you started to answer that one. So it was like we went back in time.
I don't know how anyone gets anything.
Jesus Christ.
Is it still happening?
No, it was just so loud. You don't know
still
how
going on?
No, tell me more.
I turned up the heat. That's what you always
Good.
tell me to do.
Okay.
Turn up the heat.
See, there's an automatic mic. Let me mark this because this is really exciting stuff. There's an automatic like voice thing that you can shut off. But yeah, turning up the heat's good. Also, getting a real microphone. Would you just come over here and I'll give you all the stuff and then you go back home? I'll give you all the things you need. We'll make it
drive like 2.5 hours to go pick something up.
Pick it up.
You'll just turn me around.
Yep. Send you right out. You can have some of this scotch if you'd like. It's bourbon, but all right. So yeah, Ray. So we gotta let go of these crutches and start looking at the future. So I thought, what if we just took a look, give people the goods that only the Thunder can give them, and we will look at all the cards that are going to be leaving us, and just start with blue. And if you look at a list, by the way, this is courtesy of a little website called Amoeba Games, and they have a a deck making tool. But the other thing they have is a great way to filter through cards, and it's very graphical. Link will be in the show notes. I'll also put it on the Twitter. And it's actually really convenient. So what we did was we just filtered this. We started with blue. And again, for those who might be new, it's Awakenings, which are any of the black colored boxes or packs. So that's Awakenings, Spirit of Rebellion, and Empire at War. All of those go away as soon as the new set, which is Convergence, comes out. So we filtered this list by upgrades, supports, and events because really under characters, Ray, does anybody are there any characters in Awakenings anyway that anybody plays? I don't really think so.
Maybe 10 minutes now to filter through characters. He gives me this website and then I have to figure it out in 10 seconds.
Well, we won't talk about characters. Let's not
go with no.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's the right answer. Although people are selling Darth Vader online, and I think poor people are going to buy the wrong one. They're going to think they have Darth Vader. They're new. Wouldn't that suck? It sounds like a Ray move.
That's a shame.
Sounds like
Big $5.99.
Big Ray move. All right, so let's take a look at this list. These are now. If you're just joining us, this is where you want to sit down, get a pen out, get your paper, because this is where the knowledge is about to be dropped. We're looking at blue upgrades, supports, and events that are going to be gone. And if I'm going through this list, the first one I see, Ray, that I just started to play because I played Palpatine at my local, which I've never played Palpatine. And then at a local, by the way, on a Tuesday night, 18 people, I have to play a mirror match against freaking the mailman Jason Belts. I got to play a mirror match. Sith Holocron, Ray, that goes away. What do you think about that?
I think that that is one of those staple cards, that allows for those abilities to be a little bit cheaper on the villain side. It kind of it was like the best card at one point. It was ridiculous.
Super hot,
everyone was
man.
it was like $10. I think it was selling for, and at the time when this was all released, that was kind of a lot
for a rare too. It was a rare, so that was a lot. I remember that's the one you wanted to pull.
Yeah, and I remember I bought Sith Holocrons. I found them on eBay for $5.99. I was like, that's a steal.
Steal, baby.
I'm getting a playset.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous value. Being able to bypass the actual cost of some of those bigger blue abilities, and kind of roll it into the pool, paying one resource. So yeah, I don't know. It's just that's a great card.
So let's put it this way. So good card, yes. It was definitely, if people thought it was broken, that needed to get rid of it. Would you reprint it, yes or no? That's the question I'll ask you with it.
Yes, I think right now it's really not hurting anybody to reprint it. I think it's one of those cards that should just stick around because if you do want to build a force ability deck in villain, I don't think it's overly powerful. It could maybe prevent some of the design in the future, and that might be the case for a lot of these cards. But I would like to see Sith Holocron come back.
All right, I agree with you. We're 1 for 1. We both agree. Going through the list, Jedi Robes. Other than Bobby Sapphire, nobody plays it anymore. But good card. Force Throw. This, by the way, it's if you haven't seen this card, it came with the Kylo 2-player set. And that's why it was always that card that you bought the 2-player set for, Ray. And it's a 3-cost upgrade ability, blue character only. It's definitely that upgrade that is awesome when you switch it out for that Holocron. Remove a die is the special to deal a character damage equal to the value showing on that die. Ray, is it gone for good?
I think that they're just going to move away from this one. I don't know why. Maybe because they're printing some dice with bigger values on them. But this again, we're talking about some of the staple cards in this set that have just seen play in and out of several different metas, and I think Force Throw is kind of that answer to a lot of big vehicles that we're seeing. You could certainly throw Vader's dice back into his face. But yeah, it's a good card, and it's neutral, so he can be played on both hero and villain.
And in the same vein as that is Mind Probe, by the way. That is also neutral. That is a 4-cost ability upgrade, blue character only. Deal an opponent's character 1 damage for each card in that opponent's hand. Were you a big Mind Probe guy?
I never liked Mind Probe.
No.
I always thought that as soon as you either built up to the resources, like it never felt like it paid for itself. And your opponent they can kind of filter their hand down or whittle it down to the point where your Mind Probe maybe hits for 1 or whatnot. I think that the most attractive thing is that like 3 pay 1 side was pretty good and the 2 discard. So
Gone for good.
It's not a bad card. The die sides aren't horrible, but I never really liked it.
Yeah, gone for good, I think. How about this one? This one is, I think when I first realized that I had a lot to learn about the game, it's when somebody played this card on me. It's a villain card, cost 2. It's an event. It's called Abandon All Hope. Force an opponent to either choose to lose all their resources or discard all cards in their hand. By the way, this is a great tech card, Ray, for your little regional coming up. I love this card, Abandon All Hope. But I think it's going to be abandoned by Jeremy's Warren. This card's gone for good.
I remember, like you were saying, like I do remember playing with this card, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's the hardest decision. Like, which one do you do?"
Right.
But I think we've all kind of figured this out, and it's just like pitch whatever resources you have, and then build yourself back up. And with this, like with us still being in standard, resources still are really not a problem to obtain throughout a round. So, I think it's we can leave Abandon All Hope behind.
Boundless Ambition was one of those cards when those OTK decks came out. Everybody was worried about that. Was a 1-cost villain card event. It's draw cards up to your hand size. That's for 1. That's going away. I don't think that's coming back. What about you?
Probably not coming back because I think it does draw you a little bit too many cards for the cost, and I think they kind of got away from that with like the 1-turn kill decks that were drawing like their whole entire deck. It seems like a lot, like if you think about it, because this could be the last card in your hand. You could draw back up to 5. ABG has been like whooping me with this deck that utilizes this card pretty well. I won't get into the specifics because I don't know what he's going to do with the deck, but that card is certainly like a staple in it.
That's a tease. That's a nice little tease.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah. Well, all right. How about I'm going to just read a few of them off, Ray, and you tell me which one of these do you feel like good riddance and one that you hope they bring back. We got Feel Your Anger, which is going away. That's a 1-cost event, which is count the number of blanks showing on an opponent's dice and then remove that many of their dice. Intimidate, which is remove all shields from a character. A lot of good villain cards here. Isolation, spot a blue character to remove a character die. No Mercy. That's gone. That's a 2-cost event. That was huge at Worlds, by the way. Discard any number of blue cards from your hand, then resolve one of your dice showing damage, increasing its value by 1 for each card you just discarded. How about of those? No Mercy, Isolation, Intimidate, Feel Your Anger. Any strike you as good riddance or holy cow, I can't believe it's going to go?
I think I'm probably going to pick like a pretty safe answer, and I'm just going to go with Isolation. I just think that is a well-designed card. Like there's I could see this coming out in Convergence, whether it be called Isolation or just like a brand new card where it says like spot a character of a specific color, remove a character dice. Like it's got double restriction on it, so you have to show a blue character, and then you can only hit character dice, and it costs 1. So I think it's super fair, but I do think it will be missed because villain blue doesn't have a lot of just things. And then the other one, I think this might be unpopular because I know a lot of people love Feel Your Anger, but I like Intimidate a lot, and I think it's a very well-costed card because it's 0. You kind of run into a meta that becomes very shield heavy. Intimidate is basically 3 damage for 0, so it's huge.
And you and I talked about it today, Ray, that in Trilogy, it feels like shield. There's not a lot of great shield options for villain, and hero has a lot of them. So like I feel like you got to have some way to remove them from the villain side. I don't know what that. To me, those are both reprints. I really think that should happen, particularly Isolation. They should reprint that card.
I don't know if they're going to just go with what's the new. It came out in one of these sets.
It did.
It's like remove up to 3 shields from however you want,
yes.
and it has ambush.
Yep. I know what you're talking
that.
about. Yeah.
But yeah, message us. Tell us what it is, because
It's got it has Maw.
we
on
have a
it,
whole
too.
database in front of us.
Yeah. Well, no, I filtered it. That's why. I've got here.
I
I'll
know.
tell you 1 second. I've got that stack of cards here. Is it in the two? What is it in? What set?
Way of the Force. Way of the Force. I'll say that.
No, it's not. Isn't it in the little starter pack, whatever, that the 2-player?
No. It's in Way of the Force.
Oh, wait a minute.
Fairly.
Did I just say Intimidate? Intimidate's still here. Remove all shields from a character, because it's in the Kylo Phasma 2-player.
Really?
Yeah, it's in my
No
hand.
way.
Yeah, it's in my hand. Right here, listen.
You still
Listen.
got it then.
Because as soon as we were saying that, you know that everyone's like, "That's not going away. That's
Yeah,
not
right,
going away. They're wrong. That's not going away." And they're immediately like getting down there and typing into Discord. Like, that is not going away. I don't know what he's thinking. He doesn't play. I'm listening to ABG. There you go. And that's from Klaus, by the way, from your Destiny podcast.
Is it Legacy? Where's this card?
Which one are you talking about?
There's
It's
a
like Fear.
card.
No, it's with an F, isn't it? What is it? It's got Darth Maul on it. It's about
Fearless.
Fearless. See,
Frightened.
Frightened. Perfect. You
It's
could have
in
said
Legacy.
Fearless, Frightened, Farthead. All of them are probably in one set or another. There's 2,000 cards. For Christ's sakes. All right. Well, how about some hero stuff? Like, here's a hero one for you. It's going away. Say goodbye. And that card is, you ready? I lost it because I was looking for this stupid card. The card is, wait for it, Force Misdirection. Goodbye, Force Misdirection. It's an event. Choose a symbol showing on one of your blue dice. Then remove all of an opponent's dice showing that symbol. That's for one. That's a hero event. Say goodbye, Force Misdirection. Are you going to miss it?
Force Misdirection can lead to blowout plays, but I never really cared for it too much. Like, it's just too situational. It's even more situational than Feel Your Anger, if you think about it. Yeah. Everybody has blanks, but not everybody has this, like, the same die, like, symbols that you have on your blue dice. So, I don't know. It's like a... And I think more people were, like, really high on it, but I don't know. Not a huge...
All right, Ray. You are about as committal as things that are non-committal. How about this one, Ray? You ready? Kiss it goodbye. Riposte. Half the Destiny community doesn't even know how to say it. Riposte. This is an event. It's a cost 0. Remove any number of shields from one of your characters and deal damage to a character equal to the number of shields you just removed. Say goodbye for 0. Goes in the toilet. It's gone.
I'm going to miss that one. I think it's a good card.
Yeah. Well,
it's solid. Damage at a hand is always good.
Good. You can play it as long as you want in Infinite. Have a great time.
Guys, I made a video on the Copilot, and somebody like commented, because I call it, I think he said it's emphasis on the O. So it's riposte.
Yeah.
Because I say riposte.
Right.
Word.
I'm looking it up. Ready? Here it is.
Thickly?
Here it is. By the way, now you're cutting out every second word, just so you know. It's going to be a great podcast. Here we go.
Riposte.
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 Riposte. It's a long O.
Riposte.
Riposte, everybody.
Say it together.
Riposte.
Riposte.
Don't worry about it because it's going away. See ya. Wouldn't want to
never have to say it again.
Never have to say that crap again. You know what else you never have to do? You never have to spot a blue character and pick 2 groups of dice because Mind Trick's going away. See ya. Gone. Mind Trick's gone. You know what else is gone?
Screw Mind Trick.
Binds all things. Yep. It was sadomasochistic anyway. Binds all things. It's gone. It was a 1 cost that before you play a blue upgrade, you exhaust that and you get all kinds of stuff in. Well, that's gone. And along with it is the ID9 Seeker Droid. And Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber.
Nobody cares about the ID9.
Everybody cares about Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber. You know why? Because I bought 2 boxes of Empire War for $9.99 each, and I got 5 of those motherfuckers in it. So it was great. I'm really lucky I got them. That was the worst boxes ever. I got the Grand Inquisitor 3 times. Like, how is it possible to get 3 of those freaking cards?
It's exceptional.
What else is going away?
Ones I'm upset about.
What? Go. Keep going. It will be on mine. Gone.
No, Guard.
I don't think Guard is. Is Guard really gone?
That's gone. That is super gone.
I don't see it. Where's Guard?
Guard will be gone.
Okay.
You just take my word for it, all right?
All right. Guard's gone.
Guard's gone. I'm going to miss Shoto lightsaber.
That's gone.
That's gone. I'm gonna miss Lightsaber Pull.
Ooh, that's gone. That's Empire at War.
Yeah, it's
Gone.
really gone.
I'm going to miss Force Lightning because I paid a lot of money when the game first started because I loved the art of that card. And I actually played it, and it was super fun to play. Gone. Price of Failure, gone. Rise Again, gone. Caution, gone. They're gone. Synchronicity, gone. Overconfidence, gone. What else?
We're going to talk about the elephant in the room, the big three.
The big
I call
three.
them the big three.
Yep, it is going to be gone. It is determination. It is gone, Ray. Play only if you have one or more dice. You're going to focus. Resolve one of your dice. They could honestly, here's what I think. They could take like 40 of these cards that no one even freaking knows and just redo it, and no one would know the difference.
I used to play determination.
Let me guess. Ready? I'll get one of them. Is it Force Illusion, Ray?
Force Illusion. That's my biggest one. Like, that card should be reprinted, and I don't care what anyone says. And
what are you
you're
talking
gonna get hate mail.
What are you talking? No, I didn't say that. The Thunder said it. By the way, he's got his own email. It's Thunder because he got mad. But here, quick tip: if you spell it Thunder at discardtoreroll.com, it'll still go because I give you both. Thunder at discard.
You really set that up?
Yes, of course. Thunder at discardtoreroll.com. Ray thinks Force Illusion should stick around. Ray, A, have you been drinking, and why? B. Why?
Here's the thing. Take a look at all your trilogy stuff and go through this database, or what are we on, Amoeba or
Amoeba Games.
Whatever. Come here or go to Star Wars Destiny DB, whatever, and filter trilogy, and then make yourself a 2-character list that has a blue character in it, because we need that, and then tell me how you're going to keep your characters alive past turn 3. Just like really bothers me is, like we were saying, I was telling you, is like moving into the trilogy format. Like, I understand like the events, the damage, everything's shifting, and people will yell at me and be like, well, the health, it's really increasing. And it's like, yeah, well, so are the die sides as far as the damage amount that they're putting out.
Right.
So that's a wash. That's a complete wash. And then if you look, like a lot of the new events, we have Hidden Motive, amazing.
Love it.
Easy Pickings, Beguile. If you're happy with that, sure. But the rest of the event packages are horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, we have nothing. So unless you can mitigate everything, there's little ways to heal them. So, or remove damage. So I'm just unhappy with the fact that you're not going to have cards like that are easy, to play cards like Field Medic and things like that. Just look around. You're going to have a hard time keeping your characters alive.
Here's one. I don't know if you ever heard of this one. It's called Ancient Lightsaber. Gone. Here's a funny thing.
That's a good one.
I think they should reprint that. I really do.
Oh.
And if anyone says value, there is no come on. Are we serious here? Value right now? Ancient Lightsaber. It's not a freaking Black Lotus, okay? It's a freaking Ancient Lightsaber. It'll have the same value if it's reprinted. Trust me. People want that card. It'll still be $40. The value's not going down.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Thank you. Ray agrees.
I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, it's a good card. I'm gonna miss it because I like playing Blue Hero, but it's I think you're gonna get more people that are gonna say, let's move on than keep it around.
You said the big 3 real quick when your internet was bad. One was Force Illusion. The other one was, I'm going to guess, Force Speed. Am I right about that one?
Yep.
And here's my take on that. I think they should reprint that.
No.
Hot take.
No.
I like it.
Force Speed is amazing when you lay it down.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's too much value. Like, if you
No, it's not. It's fantastic.
I don't get how that card ever was printed to begin with.
Because they love it. That's why. It's a great card. It's good art. And I have 2 of them, so I like it. I think
cool
special chaining. I was listening again to your the place you want to actually podcast with, EBG, and they were talking about Force Speed, and they think that's the problem with special chaining. That Force Speed is the issue. Like that. Without that, it's fine.
Yeah, I slightly agree with that. Yeah,
I hate
because
it.
it's it allows you to just do too much in a turn. Am I still cutting out?
No.
Is the internet?
Nope.
Okay.
I had something in my tooth, and I was trying to.
You're
quietly
making
blow it out.
noises over there.
Yeah, it's gone.
Like
Sorry.
you want to interrupt me?
No.
Like you want to say something?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, we're good. You can hear me?
Yeah, I want you to tell me why force speed's bad.
I'm not. It's bad for the game because, in theory, you can string together with special chaining and take 4 actions, and it's just like that's just not the way the game was meant to be played. At that point, you're doing so many things, and your opponent just can't interact with that. And the reason most of us were attracted to Star Wars Destiny from other CCGs was the fact that it's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. So it for every good thing you do, your opponent has the ability to react to that. And when you take that away and you make a card like Force Speed a staple it's been a staple in every meta, and you become like a really competitive player, you realize that like you can lose on a Force Speed resolution. Like they can use Force Speed, activate their fully upgraded character, and then just kill your character with some damage on it. So it leads to plays that you can't interact with, and I think that's why so many people are ready to just let that card go.
Sorry, that was practice shoveling. I like force speed. I'm keeping it, so I don't care what you say. I'm still going to play it. What's the third one, Ray? You said the big three.
Force Illusion.
No, that's Force Illusion's 1. Force Speed's 2. What was the third one? You said
Ancient Lightsaber. You already talked about Ancient.
Oh, okay.
You wanted it around. You want it reprinted.
I do. I feel like there's. I don't know. I want to see it reprinted because really,
I'm just not I'm waiting until Convergence comes out to like just straight up be like, wow, this is what we're left with.
Okay.
Because I'm ready to believe that Convergence is going to be a big, well-rounded set like Legacies was. I still to this day think Legacies was the best set ever made.
Wow. And
I think it's the most well-rounded. I think it brought a new game mechanic that wasn't overly overly hard to understand or deal with, which was indirect damage. We were all excited when I think it was like the Resistance Bomber came out and it had like 6 indirect, and we were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And
yeah.
But I just think it was the most well-rounded set. It has a lot of great cards in it, and we still play them and we love them, and it didn't seem like anything was overly powerful. I'm hoping Converges is like another big set where it kind of just like wraps everything up. So like the argument I have about like you can't heal characters, it's going to be hard to keep them alive. Blue Hero doesn't have really great lightsabers, but it might, put all that to bed and give you some good staple stuff.
Okay. I agree with you, Ray. A little bit. Yoda's broken, but it doesn't matter. I'm so tired of seeing Yoda in decks. But funny story about indirect damage. If you've ever played Palpatine before, one of the things it does is that after you resolve a die, your opponent has to take 2 damage distributed as they wish. The question came up, can you put that on a bubble shield? And the answer that we came up with was no, because that's not indirect damage. What do you say about that, Ray?
That is correct. Now, I'm no rules guru.
Yes, you are, because that is correct, Ray. They couldn't put it on their little bubble shield, and I won the game. That's a high-level play, Ray.
This is like October 2017. You're rolling out Palpatine all over again.
It won because somebody was like, I forgot who it was. I think it was Manton was talking about, everybody's so excited about Palpatine. He just won a regional with 10 people. I said, well, it's a lot easier to get excited about that than some stupid 3-wide that mills. And I loved it. So I brought it. I put my money where my mouth was. It went 3-1.
Look at you.
Yeah, it was fun. But
it is your Cody voice.
Yeah, so that was it was really not my Cody voice. But he's also won like 17 regionals. And I went 3-1 in my local. But it really is indirect damage, but it wasn't, and it didn't work. So there you go. I think they should reprint Palpatine too, because it's blue. He goes away. It just needs to be a little bit better. I think the one character stuff is really cool. And in fact, I saw something on Reddit and, or maybe it was Facebook where they were talking about, just like and dream cards are just an idea. And I usually don't read a lot of that stuff, but they had this like combiner card. It was two characters in the same card, and the left side was like the one. It was, I think one was Kylo and one was Rey. Like I loved that mechanic, and I like the one character as being something. And Vader Retribution, I think is good. I bet you that's really good.
Yeah, I play test with this guy Justin all the time, and he has been running Vader Jawa Retribution, and it's really annoying because if you remove Vader's dice to just like prevent the big swing of like 7 to 8 damage, it deals 2 to you. And then when they roll them back in like that, like with using the power action, like that's the time to be like, all right, now I can really remove them. And say you like remove another one, he deals another 1 damage to you. It's annoying.
Yeah.
And you really have to pick and choose. Like there were situations where I couldn't remove the dice or I would lose, or if the dice remain there, I would lose.
Right.
So it's one of those situations where it's like, man, that card's really good.
I want to look at, and I didn't have time to research this one, but like when Magic reprinted, what's their base of cards when they were doing like the 3rd edition, 4th edition, 5th edition when I used to play? What was the base set that they actually rotated up? Like how many cards are we talking about? Because like Overconfidence, that's a great card. Like that, there's only so much you can do with like dice removal, right? Like they've started to get to, well, if it's odd, you can remove it. Well, if it's the 2 different colors, you can remove it. Well, if you changed a dirty diaper in the last 48 hours, you can remove it if it's 3 or less. Like, I mean, how many dice, like ways can you remove a die? So I think Overconfidence and Isolation and stuff like that, like they've got to reprint those. Maybe you call it something else, but that would be dumb. I think that those are ones you got to reprint.
Yeah, this is my biggest problem with the game where like these events are becoming like too situational. That's my fear, and I've had a lot of conversations with other content creators. Like that's my fear where the game is going to become.
What are you trying to say, Ray? You've had a lot of conversations. I feel like every time you tell me, you're like, I was talking with people who actually play Destiny really well, Chip, and when I talk to them about it, here's the leftovers. Blue's good. Next. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
I'm just going to get to my point.
But I was talking with everyone else about this that like makes really good things, and I talked. Yeah, Cody said.
I do my research. I'm like the beat reporter. You know what I'm saying? I get down in the trenches and I figure out what's good, what's bad, and I bring it back to you and the people.
Right. You're right. All right, go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
I'm doing a service here.
Sorry I interrupted you.
But I've talked to other content creators, many others.
I heard.
And when they make these events so situational, it kind of feels like a board game, and where like you roll out and all the stars aligned, and like you said, it's like the weirdest. Some of these events, if you really look at like the most recent set that came out, some of the events are like, and you're thinking to yourself, when would I ever play that? And why would I, in my 30 card deck, why would I put this card in it as opposed to this one, or this one? And from a design standpoint, I guess they're trying to get away from like those, overconfidences, easy picking. Well, maybe not easy pickings, but the cards that just like are hard removal, that they do one thing and it's cut and dry. I think they're trying to get away from that because they see how much they saturated the meta, and good players realize, wow, this card has a lot of value. Let me jam that in my deck.
Yeah, but you gotta have those cards, Ray, right? Like Counterspell. I mean, right? You gotta have Counterspell.
I think Counterspell has been reprinted. It's something like 26 times.
Yeah, it seems popular, right? But I mean, you got to have those types of those cards. So, like, what would they be? The only one they showed us is Veteran Stormtrooper. I mean, not the one I thought they would reprint.
I like that. I thought that was a good one.
No, it's not bad. It's just, I mean, the characters are not the thing that I think. Like, that's where you can get really creative, I think. Like and I want the cards, the events to be good, but I don't know. In anticipation, Ray, I'm going to skip ahead to something, and I got to bring up my mail for this one. In anticipation of rotation, which I know you're getting focused on, I feel like we shouldn't even be talking about this. We should be just gearing up for what's the meta, what you're going to face, because when you win the regional in New Jersey, when you walk in there and kick their cats, and hold up the trophy. But I'm trying to forecast the future, Ray, for people, and that's what people want from this show. So I went to Cool Stuff Inc. and I wanted to buy up some cards that I feel like I hate. Like when I build decks, I hate taking like, all my ancient lightsabers are in this stupid deck that I had, so I got to pull those out. My 4 speeds are in this deck, and I got my 2. I had like 9 overconfidence, but I don't know where they are. So I went out and I tried to like predict what cards were going to be popular, so I could have a few extras. What do you think about that?
Yep. I think that's a good plan.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, wait till you hear the cards that I bought, and you might not think it's all that great. If I go to my mail, here it is. Ready? So here, this cost me $33.14 with shipping. You ready for this? Here's
Okay,
what I bought.
I'm ready.
All these cards, I think there's only just a couple that are not. I'm predicting they're going to be reprinted. I got.
And you did this. Wait, hold on. You did this for lazy convenience, so you didn't have to take
Yes.
something out of us because it's very. I know it's very strenuous to remove
Yep.
a piece of cardboard from a piece of plastic
Yep.
and then put it into another sleeve.
Correct. That's exactly
Okay.
right. And so I have all of these cards, but I just wanted to have more. 2 Slice and Dice. You know what that card does?
Yeah, I don't know why, but go ahead.
You don't know why you know what it does? Or you don't know
No,
why?
I don't know why you bought it.
Okay.
I know what it does.
Because I think, remember, everything's good. Did you hear that list, Ray, of the cards that are going away? They're gone. There's no coming back from half
And
of
I don't
these
think
things.
Slice and Dice is going to emerge as the
Really?
meta call to solve it all.
Let me read to people what that does. This is a 1 cost. It's got some of the best art. I have no idea what those Panthers are. I love Black Panther, but I don't know what those are. Remove 2 of your dice showing melee damage. Then deal unblockable damage equal to the combined value showing on those dice to any number of characters distributed as you wish. Uncommon, yellow, hero. I think that card's going to be Hot City. 4 In a Bind. Do you know what In a Bind does?
In a bind.
I'll read it to you. It's 2
No,
cost.
I don't know what that does.
2 cost villain yellow event. Force an opponent to choose 2. They remove 2 of their
Oh.
dice, discard 2 cards from their hand. You deal 2 indirect damage.
This one. Yeah, I was talking to I don't want to
You did it. There it is, Ray.
I did it again.
Tell me who you were talking
Ding.
to. Who? What? Forever Fat? What was he saying? Was he telling you how good they are over there? Great.
I was talking to an inside
Yes,
you know,
anonymous source says that
an
In a
anonymous
Bind-
source, yeah, a tip, which we've decided that those cards are no good.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. How about
That's my next level analysis.
4 of them for 39 cents each? Here's one. 4 scruffy-looking Nerf herders, 25 cents each.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. That's going to be around for a while, and I think people still love it.
Okay. Here's another one. Resilient. I got 4 of those babies for 25 cents each. You know what that one does? I know you do.
Yep, that's the pseudo Vader ability.
Yeah, it's 2 cost. It's neutral, though. It's neutral. After an opponent's card effect removes one of attached character's character dice, you may exhaust this upgrade and roll that die into your pool so you can make everybody Vader for 2. Get ready. It's hot. That was from that's from your favorite set, Ray, Legacies.
When Vader first came out,
Yeah.
and this never caught on, I don't know why, but when it first came out, I said, put a Resilient on Vader, and your dice will never get touched.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Nobody's done it. I don't know.
Let's see. This one is, I don't know why it's not coming up. Reinforce. You know what Reinforce? That is from your favorite set, Legacies. It's a 1 cost, neutral, red. Roll a character die on one of your characters into your pool if you have another copy of that character in play. For 1. I think it's a great
This
card.
is what I feel like you were doing.
What? What was
you
I
were
doing?
on this Cool Stuff Inc. Website, which
Yeah.
is, by the way, a great place to buy singles.
Yep, 99 cents shipping, Ray, for all of that. Just saying.
And you were just going through. This is what I imagine you're doing. You're going through, and you're saying, "Wow, look at this card. Wow, they have a This is exactly what you did. They have a Destiny selection. Wow, let me look at all these cards."
Yeah.
And you typed in Star Wars Destiny, or you hit the little tab.
I did.
And then you just went through these cards and slice and dice, and you're thinking, wow, this is the most broken card I've ever seen. I'll take 4 of those.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's 75 cents. Let me keep going. And
Yeah.
then you just kept going and going, and now we've gotten to Reinforce. That's what we did.
How about Legacies? From Legacies. It's a 0 cost, neutral, blue. Spot a blue character to resolve one of your dice showing a modifier, as if it didn't have one. That's a great card. It's 0 cost. How about this one? And here's what I think. Weapons are going to be an issue. And if I really had to predict, if you go on any database, and I want you to search for ambush weapons and see what you come up with, Ray. They try to kill that from the game because everybody got all Ray Julia on them. They're like, well, it's not. It's about you go, I go. You go, I go. Right, because no one ever said that ever except Ray and your buddies at other podcasts. Well, when you go, I go, and then I go again because I'm going to play Callus's bow rifle. I bought 2 more of those. I've got like 7 of them. But that's one.
My goodness.
I know it stinks now. But just remember the date. Let me mark this down. We're going to put this sound in there because this is the tip of the century. That card, Ray, it's a 3 cost ambush. And you know the sides on that? Do you know the sides on that thing? Let me read you the sides.
They're heavy. I can read them to you. Ready?
Go.
Off the top of my head.
Do it.
Not even looking at the card. 2 ranged.
Yep. Get ready. It's a big. It's big.
4.
Yes.
Plus 4, pay 1, right?
Yep.
And then
plus
I don't know if it's base 3.
No.
Or plus 3 melee.
Plus 3 melee. Yep. What else?
Is there another plus 3 melee?
Yeah, there's another plus 3 melee, and there's a resource, and there's a blank.
And the resource. I didn't know the last one. That was tough.
A resource, and then blank, and it has ambush for 3. That's pretty good. How about that on Boba Fett? Use that 4 with his little special.
Who are you pairing them with?
Doesn't matter. It's good. Just get it. It's $3.99, man. It was a good deal. It was good.
I'm going to play Callus Mother Talzin at the regional. That's what I'll do.
You should, because you must be reading the database, because it's like right now, Caltal is right on the front.
Really?
Caltal's, yes.
Star Wars Destiny?
Caltal's legit. That's trilogy, though.
Let me look this up. Oh.
It's trilogy. You don't like trilogy. You live in the past, Ray. I live in the future. Trilogy is the future.
I got a regional coming up. I can't just you keep telling me. You're like, what deck are you playing? I'm like, this one. You're like, no, it's not the future. Like, what the hell is that? It's not the future. It's my immediate future, which is me getting wiped on the.
You're just going to run in it. You can run him over, baby. Play
I hope so.
Yoda Boosh. I'm telling you, it's a good meta call right there. You got quiet.
I hate that deck.
All right.
It's the worst.
Caltal's right there. All right, I bought a few more. I bought 4 flanking maneuvers, 2 4 strikes, 4 infamous, 2 never tell me the odds, 8 overconfidence because I'm so tired. I have like 50 of them. They're in every deck, and I just can't find them. I don't want to pull them out, so I bought 8 more. I got 2 reversals, 4 shoot first, 4 free for all, 4 hunting rifles, 4 I am your father, 2 lookout posts, 2 Millennium Falcons, 2 slave ones, and a Zeb rifle.
What Millennium Falcon did you get?
I got the Legacies one. I have 3 of those, but I wanted to have a 4th.
So I have pretty much every single card ever printed, except for there's a few elusive cards that I just never cared or bothered getting.
Grievous's wheel bike.
So you want to hear my elusive cards?
Yeah. What do you got? What do you need?
I've never played Palpatine because I only have 1 Palpatine.
Come on, I've got 7.
So I never played him.
He's coming your way. I'll give it to you. Play that in the region. I'll send it to you.
The first trade I ever made in Star Wars Destiny, I traded away my only Awakenings Falcon. So I don't have any more Awakenings Falcons. The 5 cost 1.
Isn't it 6?
Don't have that. That's only 5.
Okay.
It goes 5, 4, 6.
5, 4, 6. You're right.
Yeah. And what was the other card that I just don't have? Oh, quad jumpers. I heard you got a lot of quad jumpers.
By the way, I should have smacked Zion. Smacked his grandma. Because he's the one on his stupid little podcast, when I listened to his podcast, when he was on Knights of Ren, he's like, that's the card, man. That's the card you got to get. I'm buying them all up. I'm like, all right, this guy sounds pretty confident. He sounds like he knows what he's doing. I got like 10 of those things. It's not a bad card. It's not. I mean, you read it and you're like, this card's really good.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right.
I think it's right there. Oh, look, I'm on Cool Stuff Inc. and in order.
Yeah.
From left to right, it reads Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Super, Star Wars Destiny, Keyforge.
Yep.
And a bunch of other crap.
You're talking about the graphics on there?
Yeah, I always put. I think that they put them in order of precedence.
That's pretty good. I'll take that on that list. That's not bad. I don't know about Dragon Ball. I mean, nobody really knows it, but You. It's fine. I'm trying. I really am trying with that. But that's a pretty good deal when you think about it. For like, you buy, I don't know, 6 packs of something, and you're not going to get those cards. Like, those are good. Those are good cards. The free for all, that card is nasty. By the way, that card is just nasty. I feel like you can just do nasty stuff with that.
Yeah, I really I took to free for all after Worlds with Jonathan Magnuson.
Yeah,
and
Destiny
his
console.
5 die. Yep.
It's 1 cost villain yellow event. It's card 93. Uncommon, Ray. It says remove any number of your dice, then deal indirect damage to an opponent equal to the number of dice you just removed. That's called a thank you, GG, WP, see you later. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Like, that's the game ender right there. Yep. I have no idea who that guy is on the card, but it is a cool card. Free for all.
Wow, it looks like they're jacking up the prices of legacy stuff and just plummeting the prices of the old stuff.
Well, they are now because I think I just made a run on it. They're like, holy crap, people are coming like crazy. And this is my second order because I bought Easy Pickings yesterday. What was my yesterday order? Let me see. I did one more.
Easy Pickings is $5.99. I
Yes.
never knew that.
Oh, yeah. That's cheap.
Jeez.
That's cheap. Truthfully.
I'm behind.
I bought 4. Here's my. I forgot. This is a problem. I got 4 Into the Garbage Chutes, 4 Easy Pickings, and 4 Free for Alls 2 days ago.
Oh man!
So now I've got like 19 in the garbage chutes. Holy crap! But I won't have to switch them out of my decks, Ray. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you're really going to be.
I got one more tip for you. Maybe I was thinking we do other colors, but let's just stick with blue. And maybe next time, Ray, we can do yellow. What do you think about that?
Yeah, let's extend this idea for 4 more podcasts.
Why not? Because then we have content. I asked Ray, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. I've already talked to everybody else about it. I don't.
Oh man, there he goes with his backdoor digs on
I've
me.
already
That's
talked
fine.
to everybody else about it. I don't know. Drew thinks. Blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, well, that's good that Drew thinks. Drew can play 24 hours a day. Chip can't. That's
I've been putting in a lot of work. Like, here's my thing. I've been putting in a lot of work with
friendships?
Kyle,
Okay.
Phoenix,
Mhm.
friendship from Arrowbrook Gaming. And that dude, I told him the other day, I don't like playing with you anymore. And he's like, why, man? What's up? And I'm like, dude, he is disgusting
Yeah.
at this game. Like, just really, really good. And I think the way you get better at anything in life is to surround yourself with people that are better than you. And that's just the facts of life.
You're welcome.
And I will tell you, though, sometimes it's really frustrating playing against people that are significantly better than you.
Because you get beat up a little bit.
Yeah, Chip knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I do. And I wanted to give you, because you were all mopey. Remember, you were all mopey? And I said, let's play a little bit, Ray. I'll play with you. And, I'll give you a chance to just come up and whoop me, which I thought would be fine. And then the music started to play. And so Ray brings out, what did you bring out? What was the deck you wanted to play?
Gosh.
Tell me.
Afra Executioner.
That's your Magnusons. They played at your little Destiny Council when you used to talk to them. And I brought out Jin Cassian, which everybody thinks Jin Cassian's a terrible deck. And what happened, Ray?
I got milled.
It's called Kill and Mill. Decided to play some Carpenters on you.
Carpenters.
That was pretty bad. You just didn't get the draw.
No, it's like I just wasn't respecting the speed of the mill, and then you had some really amazing plays in that game where I was like, oh,
Tell me more, Ray. Tell me more. What happened?
I was like, wow, he seems like he knows what he's doing. He was playing so well that I actually had to ask him, like,
is this Chip?
Is this Chip? Zach over there? But he hit me with a first he lays down the Jin's blaster, and I'm like, okay, I get it puts me on a little bit more of a clock.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really respect it that much. And then he finishes up my deck, and I'm like, okay, I still got a stacked hand. I should be able to
Killed Afra,
a little
too.
bit.
We killed Afra.
Yeah, he killed Afra. I didn't really care about her.
No,
I was like,
you
okay,
were good. Whatever. Yep.
And then this is what he does. I probed him like the turn before, and I got a hyperspace jump and a
Commando Raid.
Commando Raid
Yeah,
out of his hand. And then what does this old man do to me? I have 3 cards left in hand. He plays Rebel for Commando Raid on the only discard side that's showing. And hits me for 3.
And followed up with?
Oh, they got to do the follow-up?
Yeah, the follow-up
And
was
then-
the game.
And then I roll out one of my little supports, and he says, retreat. So if you didn't think that Jin Cassian makes money, he had enough money to pay for all that.
And here's the best part, everybody. Ray, I begged Ray to build me that deck. I'm like, Ray, please. I think, and you were the one who initially told me, I think people are discounting how fast this thing can mill you out, and it can mill and kill, or in any order. Like you can pivot in a second. And people are just saying it's not good, it's not good, it's not good. I've beaten Sith Holocron, who I love. He played Vader, and it milled him out in a heartbeat. I just think this deck is really good. I don't know.
Some people say, I'm not going to name these people, because now you're making me feel like that's all I say.
No.
I'm like, well...
Others.
Many polls have suggested that the reason why it's not a respected deck is because it does one thing or another thing. Like the only things you're going to hit in that deck is discard or damage.
Okay,
and it's like,
great. What does that even mean? Of course
like,
you do.
Yeah, and I think people find that it's too linear, and you're either going to get this or you're going to get that. And if your opponent can kind of like, manage that. But I do think that like the discard sides, it shouldn't be like understated how good they actually are.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to mitigate your discard sides because it just rips a card out of my hand.
Right.
So-
I think the thing that's helped me just in general is just the power of discarding is, and I used to think just from a Magic standpoint and like the power of the resource, but like even talking with Zion, he's like, well, you're going to get 2 the next turn, like the next round. So like they come back, they're guaranteed. Yes, you can hold people out for a while, but I don't know. But the discard, you can just screw up somebody's day. And everyone else, the thing that somewhat doesn't irk me because I think it's fun, but people just talk so confidently about it's not good. It is not good. But yet it is good. And people said Vader wasn't good, and Vader is good. So I think Jin Cassian is fantastic the way that this is built, and I give you all the credit.
Oh, well, thanks. Now you. All right, here's Audible. You're going to New Jersey Regional with your own stuff.
Yeah.
I'll cheer from home, and you bring that deck and
No.
tell me how it does.
I'd fold up like a cheap tent when I got there. I definitely need to get more seasoned when it comes to that, but I just don't have that time right at this
Did you
minute.
see Bobby Sapphire talking about a Elite Yoda, Elite Jin mill deck?
No, but I love it. See that's
seems
wizardry.
spicy.
That's wizard. Yeah, and it may be okay, but like when you have a great player that's playing that, like it's amazing. That's what I think. I love that. That's innovation. I think it's great.
Well, I will say this. I'll give one of my old boys, credit. Kevin from Jackalman, he was on that like as soon as Jin dropped.
Really?
Yeah, he was like Jin, Yoda.
He's a mill
And
guy.
he was all about it. So, yeah, you know what? Tell Bobby he's a little behind the curve.
Okay.
you know?
All right. I'll let you send that. Well, when you talk to him, because I was waiting for you to podcast. I'm like, where? You're like, I have to go to the bathroom. And then all of a sudden I'm like starting up Discord and you're having a conversation with Honestly Sarcastic. I'm like, what the hell's going on? You were supposed to be. See, I get it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You see, you got to do something when you're sitting there doing
Right.
nothing.
Little did he know, you're like, oh, I know that guy. I know that guy. Why are you talking so funny, Ray? I don't know. So why don't we do this, Ray? We got to talk about all these other colors to tell people all the cards that are going away. And then I'll tell them all the cards that I bought at Cool Stuff Inc. for way too much money that you don't think I'll ever play. We'll do that next episode. Does that sound fun?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm really excited about that.
Wouldn't you want to listen to this? It'd be great. I don't know if I want to spoil this yet because this is a really hot tip. And in fact, I may even give some of these to patrons, but I just dropped it. Hold on, Ray. I think I just broke the one that I liked. I got frustrated because when people play Star Wars Destiny, the Dyson card game, and they don't have tokens for their power action or for their overwrite, it drives me bananas. Overwrite you can deal with because you can put the card upside down. I feel like that's kind of a known quantity now. But power actions are all over the place. And when you use a shield to do that, that's bad. That makes me... Are you okay there, Vader? Are you in your meditation chamber right now?
Oh, crap. I thought I muted it.
No, you didn't mute it. You called me on the web app. You think you got the skills to mute? You're in the middle? Think CBS, bro. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Do what you gotta
start
do.
over. I really wasn't even listening.
No, the kids are fine. The kids, it's good for the kids. They need it. It's good for them. So you really weren't even listening. Exactly. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, may all your rerolls be special ones. Take care. Thanks, Ray. It was good. 3 episodes.
That's so horrible.
You made it to the third one.
Tell the host that. It's like, oh wait, what was that again? I'm sorry.
Hear this sound? I'm not even going to tell you what these are. Listen. See, this is good. This is ASMR. Listen.
Were they Pogs?
Close, Ray. Good. I'm going to give you that. They're called Star Wars Connections. CONNECXIONS, and they're like little hexa. What are the ones with like the 1, 2, 3, 6 sides? Is that a hexagon? Yeah, it's hexagon. They're like little hexagon discs, and they have characters or ships on them. And there's different colors for the rarity, which doesn't matter. Nobody's selling these things, but they are like they're poker chip weight, and they are perfect. I'm telling you, like spot. If freaking FFG made these things, we'd be like all over them. And they have I'm holding Max Rebo right now, BB-8. This guy's an Ewok that I can't read his name. Doesn't really matter. Millennium Falcon 1. Here's a Rancor. Here's a battle droid.
Where'd you get these? Where did these come from?
So they were Walmart only, and you get 5 in a pack, and the packs were like $3 a pack or something like that. And they don't sell them anymore, but you can buy unopened packs on eBay, and they're cheap. They're really cheap. So I actually bought a loose lot of like 20 of them for like, I don't know, $8. And I got all of these things. They're freaking fantastic. They're like foil stickers too. And I bought a box of these for like $25 for 50 packs. They're going to be coming out of my eyeballs, Ray. So you're getting some of these tokens, and you get so many of these things that you can have like power action tokens with the character that you're playing's face on it. So just Google that. I'll put a link in the show notes.
Why do you buy this junk?
Why? Because I want cool. I don't want to play with a freaking resource token as my power action, and then all of a sudden it gets in the pool, and then I'm called a cheater because I got 3 tokens or 3 resources when I should have had 1.
What you got to do is I'll give you some tokens from Laser Gaming. Shameless plug.
They're awesome.
They're my favorite tokens. So,
do you have power action tokens?
I have power action tokens. I have all kinds of stuff.
Listen to this though. Hey, FFG, quick spoiler alert. You can't sue me for this because these I bought and they're made by Topps. So there you go. Max Rebo is coming to your game. You're not.
You want to hear a crazy story? I think that the audience will appreciate this and realize how much of a scumbag I am sometimes. So I was with my wife, and just to get like a picture of my wife and what type of lady she is an Irish Catholic from Northern Philadelphia, and she will just as easily give you a smile or punch you in the face. That's just how she is.
Oh, that's nice.
She's a tough girl. Yeah. And we were at one of those. You ever see like during Halloween they just like pop up? They're like Halloween Spirit Store or something like that, or like
I feel like they already opened for next year. Yeah, for sure. I see them. all the time.
They just like they pop up. They have a little thing. Well, we go in there and we're picking out costumes for the boys and stuff like that. And I come across like the little section where it's like little trinkets and junk. They overprice everything. And I find this their backpack. They're little helmets that you could put on a backpack. They hook into the backpack.
Okay.
And my wife pointed them out for me. They were Star Wars, and the helmets were Darth Vader, a stormtrooper, Boba Fett, like BB-8's, like just the top of his head, and a Poe Dameron, pilot helmet.
Okay.
So I was real excited, but the packaging looks like a Star Wars Destiny packaging. It's like thick like that, and you can't see through it. So I really wanted the Poe Dameron one because that's my whole image. That's my thing. And I was like, it'd be so cool to go to regionals and things with this little Poe Dameron thing. So my wife, kind of watched my back, and I ripped open his.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Ray, you are how terrible.
I ripped open as many as I could find, and then my wife's like, hey, I think the lady's looking, like, let's go. So I grabbed 2 of them, and I was like, it's definitely one of these. I opened them things up, and there was 2 BB-8s.
That serves you right. What are they called, though? Because I can't find them. Backpack?
They're like little backpack keychain things, and they're really cool. So if you see me at like any regional or anything like that, it's you'll see a little BB-8 dangling from my backpack.
Is it plastic?
Yeah, it's like a little. Let me. I'll just type in like Star Wars. It
doesn't work.
Backpack.
Do you have to say it that way? Star Wars backpack charm. There's no such thing. It says
there is. They're like these little things.
Is it a zipper pull?
I'll find one for you.
Are they zipper pulls?
Is that what they're called? I don't know. Zipper pull?
Well, zipper pull is different than a backpack charm.
Charm helmet.
Backpack clip? Is it a backpack clip?
Clip, maybe, possibly. Yeah, clip.
It's like knitted?
No, it's like plastic.
Well, you bought Ewok cozies.
Yeah, I did do that.
Star Wars backpack with charms, Star Wars charms jewelry. These don't exist.
I'll bring you one.
Oh, thanks, Ray. But are they luggage tags?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. They're just like clicks. You put it on a backpack. I think they sell it for the kids. Like you put it on your school backpack.
Well, of course they sell it for the kids. But is it like is it like a pop style charm, or is it like?
Yes, it's like poppy. Yeah. But it's realistic, but it's, How do we get to this point again? I'm sorry.
We're talking about cool things.
Completely my fault.
Is it a backpack helmet? It might be backpack helmet. I see it at AliExpress here. Let's see.
Backpack helmet.
We're going to find this thing. Star Wars backpack.
I just love the fact that when you search these things on
helmet,
the internet, you go, we're going to find these things. Like it benefits the listeners at all.
They love it.
Like we're going to be like, yep, we found it, guys. May all your re-rolls be special ones.
Well, guess what? When I was talking I was having a conversation with Tommy from the Golden Days. We were saying that when you have these charms, they actually bring you good luck when you're playing hero.
I found them. I'm going to link it to you.
Okay, I'm ready.
I found a picture of it. Save picture.
Put it in the Discord.
Saving it, and here it is. Hold on.
Which, by the way, if you want to engage in this conversation with us, you become part of the Discord and the Discard Reroll family, so we can actually pay Ray to be part of this. It's easy to do. You go over to the website. It's discardtoreroll.com, and there's lots of ways that you can become a part of the program.
You want to know my first email that I got?
Who was it?
So I checked the email.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. See if I got anybody. My first email was from
Drew,
Mr. Flockington.
Flockington. It's Flockington.
And it said, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. It said, Thunder, you suck. That's all it said.
The flock. You got flocked.
I got flocked.
You got flocked. Flock also plays DJ Townsend.
He does.
Because he's that guy. So, all right. What do you got?
See these cool little charms? You see them? I wanted the Poe Dameron helmet, and I got 2 BB-8s.
Tell me real quick what they're called so I can buy them all.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, jeez.
Those are awesome.
Again,
But you sent me the link.
They're called Star Wars helmet bag clips.
I feel like we looked for them and didn't find them at all. Star Wars helmet. Where are you going to get this, by the way, on any other podcast? The statistics say people tune out at the 60-minute mark. So for Alan, who's still listening, and Banana Crapshoot, Star Wars, and my mom, who still doesn't understand what this is. I like your little Star Wars thingy you do, honey. Thanks, Mom. Star Wars, I'm 45. Star Wars Destiny. No, Star Wars backpack.
Oh, my gosh. You could buy a whole box for $140.
Oh my God. Star Wars backpack. What is it?
It's a Star Wars helmet.
Helmet.
Bag clips. You can get them at Walmart. But they sell them each for $6.99. I'm not paying $6.99 for that junk. I want to know what I'm getting.
This is Lily. I was toy hunting at Target today, looking for new Minecraft and FNAF. Nothing new yet, but they're coming soon. But I did find these Star Wars hangers, and I'm pretty sure these are brand new.
There's 9.
It's the helmets, and it looks really, really cool. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Here it is.
So I'm going to do a quick opening of these.
She's gonna open
and
them up.
I hope you enjoy it. Oh, wait.
Exclusive to Discard to Reroll. It's Lily and Gia's toy reviews. She bought Five Nights at Freddy's too.
At the end.
Oh,
that's
come
what they
on.
were.
This
Here she
series.
goes.
And let's see which ones we got.
Here's the first one. If she got Poe, by the way, this would be the greatest thing that ever happened.
Dude, I hope it is.
It is Poe. I swear to God, it is. Listen, I
Oh,
swear.
no, it
Looks
is.
like we have Poe's helmet.
One
Tiger
Poe.
helmet.
I love it. One
Oh,
Poe.
that's
Wait to see the
amazing.
story of Poe on Star Wars. Hope they show us that next.
One.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That was meant to be, Ray. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's all I wanted was the Poe helmet, and I had to, use my wife, Bonnie over there, and we had to Bonnie and Clyde that whole situation. But I never even made it out with the one I wanted.
Send him an
Because
email.
I told her, I was like, I'm going to buy like 10 of these.
Yeah.
So I guarantee Poe's going to be in there. But then I looked at the price and they were $6.99. I was like, I'm going to buy one of these. And then she's like, well, why don't you get 2? It just increases your chances a little bit more. And I was like, you're right, honey. You're a really smart lady. And I got 2 and they were exactly the same. She couldn't stop laughing.
I swear to you, it could not have dialed up any better. I'll send the link in the show notes. So I just sent it to you, Ray, so you can watch it. Hey, everybody, if you want to participate, do it. Send us an email, questions@discardreroll.com. Ray, it's the Thunda, but Thunda, Thunder, or Thunda at discard2toreroll.com. What are the yellow cards that you're sad to see go? What are the yellow cards that you are glad to see go? And we'll talk about yellow. Let's do it next week, Ray. 2 weeks is too long. Next week. And then we'll talk, can we do pre-regional, like prep you up?
Yeah, I don't want too much pressure on me, but yeah, we could do that. I love how you say, can we do it every 2 weeks when it's you everyone's waiting on?
No.
The American people are waiting on you.
All right. Well, unless I have something to say, I don't say it. Well, we got a lot to say next week. We're going to talk about yellow. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's blue, flush it down. Isn't that how that goes? Something like that. But for Ray and Chip, hey, listen, everyone, play some Destiny. May all your rerolls be special ones. Thanks, Ray. Go get your Poe Dameron.
All right, I'm going to try.
I want that BB-8. That's pretty cool. I'll trade you some of these connection discs.
The BB-8 it's stupid. It's like little stupid.